core concepts of Bhakti. A little word about Keshav Prabhu. Keshav Prabhu is a medical doctor, and he is a prolific writer and a speaker, and he has dedicated his life in the service of Srila Prabhupada. He travels extensively in India and abroad, and in India he very much focuses on teaching the youth and in the universities, and he has written many books. Some of his books in English are The Mighty Effort, which is telling us how to advance in spiritual life. His other book is called The Cheater and the Cheated, in which he focuses and elaborates on how each sector in the society is cheating each other. And another book is named Crazy Ideas, in which he emphasizes on misconceptions of the society. He's a very, very good writer and a very good speaker. He's a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Vikasa Swami Maharaj. We'll hand over to Prabhuji, who will enlighten us on the core concepts of Bhakti. Prabhuji, you are there. Can you please take over, Prabhuji? By the way, before I start, I would like others to please announce their names. I just forgot about that. May I know who all are there on the call today?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvind Das from Chicago.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Guru Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Gopidasi, salute.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Prabhupada. Even from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Chandrika here from Chicago.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Ram Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shama Gauri Devadasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. This is Lalitangi Radha Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Rohini from Noida.
Noida? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Manini Dasi from Houston.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Vrindapati Das from Bloomington, Illinois.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada Maharaj ki jai. This is Sri Badarani Das from Detroit. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Krishna Kumari Devadasi from Raleigh.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Nikunj Ras Das from Washington DC.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, this is Nadia Bihari Das, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. This is I'm Jamestown, North Carolina.
Hare Krishna, yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji and all the humble devotees. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Sripad
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This is Govinda Madhav Das Dasanudas.
Hare Hare Krishna.
Anybody else would like to announce their names?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Divya Manjari Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Rachna from Orlando.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Vaisnavism Das from Orlando.
Hare Krishna. इसका स्पीकर कहाँ है? Hare Krishna.
So, is there anybody else who would like to announce their name? So, Prabhuji, before you start, I will mute everybody, so only you can be heard without much of disturbances. Give me a minute.
So my voice is audible to everybody. I mean to say that's clear.
Prabhuji, it's audible. It's clear and audible, Prabhuji. But there was some disturbance, so I will just mute everybody else on the call, and then I'll unmute again when there is question answer sessions.
Okay, fine. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, please continue.
Yeah, okay, fine. So today I'm going to talk about core concepts in devotion, and I've listed 8 core concepts in devotion. So, well, the first question you might ask me that from where these core concepts, from which book, is there any list? Just like, for example, Bhaktivedanta Thakur has written a book, Dashamul Tattva, 10 points for devotion. Or, for example, Madhvacharya, he has written, he has given us 9 points, the summary of devotion. So you may ask, what about these 8 points? Now these 8 points which I have collected are from the books of Acharyas, especially our Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta and Bhaktivedanta Thakur. And these books, if you read these books, you will find that the different acharyas are focusing on various different points. Although all of them are talking about devotional service, but according to the time and place and people who are there preaching, different acharyas are focusing on different points. For example, Bhaktivedanta Thakur is focusing on holy name. If you read his books like Gitavali, Sharnagati, Kalyana Kalpataru, and his books Jai Vidharma and other books, you will find that he is focusing on holy name, chant holy names of God. That is the essence. Now, after Bhaktivedanta Thakur came Bhakti Siddhanta, and he found that many people cannot understand, and many people cannot even chant holy names with a proper attitude. They can chant, but they can't chant with a proper attitude. So he focused more on attitude in devotion, attitude in chanting, or in other words, service to God. What do we mean by service, and in what attitude we should do service? He focused on this. Srila Prabhupada then focused on, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj focused on service, but Prabhupada focused on what kind of service. Okay, Prabhupada tell you can do book distribution, you can preach, you can open restaurants, you can do so many things in service of Krishna. So he focused on preaching, because that's the highest service for God. So different acharyas are focusing on different aspects of devotion to help us understand the holistic concept in devotion, to help us grasp the essence of devotional service. So as I was reading all these books, I collected all these points, which are repeatedly coming in the books of acharyas. So we have Bhaktivedanta Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, and then even before Bhaktivedanta Thakur, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Rupa Goswami. And if we understand these core concepts, we can advance in devotion. We all want to advance in devotion. Definitely, we all want help of God. That's very important. Often we forget that the aim of devotion is love of God. So we have to keep the goal in sight, and we have to advance. Now the problem to advance in devotion is, we all are doing devotion. That's very nice and that's very good. But the problem is, sometimes we are doing devotion, but we are not advancing. And it happens with all of us. Or our pace is very slow. And we want to attain Krishna, all of us. And we are very eager to attain Him. We are very eager to attain love of God. So how to increase our speed? It's a question of speed. Prabhupada used to say some people are lying. So some people are lying on the floor, some people are crawling, some people are walking, and some people are running. Different people have different speed. Just like Prabhupada was there. Prabhupada, his speed was, everybody knows. People couldn't cope up with him. He was Acharya. His dedication, his focus was uncomparable. Why we are not like him? Question is, of course, we can't become like him. But Prabhupada used to say, "Do as I am doing." So, question is not this, that who is Prabhupada, and question is not this, who are we. Question is why we are not like Prabhupada, or why we can't do devotion like him. Question is this: Prabhupada used to ask his devotees, why are you not pure devotees? Why are you not Paramahamsas? And devotees used to just face down and look on the floor and here and there or whatever, No answer. So the whole point of this talk is to help you and to understand, to help you appreciate that how we can become pure devotees, how we can perfect our life. We are so fortunate we are in ISKCON, we are with Prabhupada, but we have to recognize this fortune. Of course, we all recognize, but we have to do justice to this fortune by accepting the gift what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is trying to give us, that is love of God, and for that we have to do something. Now, what that something we have to do is, that something I'm going to talk here in these core concepts of devotion. So the first concept is, if devotees who are listening, they can take pen and paper and they can write also, because I'm going to talk so many things in so less time, and I'm going to give you a summary of these concepts. And when you will read books of Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta and Bhaktivinoda Thakur, keep these points in mind, and you will notice that the theme of these books are these 8 points. In one of these 8 points, every paragraph, every chapter, every book of our acharyas will inevitably fall in one of these 8 points. I am not telling that you can increase a list. You can increase a list, but this is what is holistic list which I could manage to gather. Now, the first point in core concepts of devotion is Ami to Tomar and Tumi to Amar. Now, this is Bengali line, and which is said by Bhaktivedanta Thakur in one of his songs, in a song book Sharanagati. Ami to Tomar, Tumi to Amar. Now, what it means is, Ami to Tomar means, Ami means I, Tomar means you. I am yours. And Tumi to Amar means, Tumi means you, and Amar means my, and you are mine. I am yours, and you are mine. Simple but deep. Short but very very meaningful. And what this means is, this is the concept where our devotion begins. This is called Sharanagati. Sharanagati begins from this point. Sharanagati means surrender, and devotion starts with surrender. That's the first. That is the visa or passport for devotion, Sharanagati. as said by Prabhupada and Jiva Goswami. So this surrender is known by many names. Various sampradayas call surrender by many Sanskrit names. So one of these Sanskrit names is Sharanagati, which in our sampradaya we call surrender as Sharanagati. Sri Sampradaya calls Sharanagati as Prapatti or Upayatva or Nyasa Vidya or Bharanyas or Kenkare, and then Madhva Sampradaya calls Sharanagati as Atma Samarpan, and for example, so Nimbark Sampradaya calls Sharanagati as Prarthana. Vallabh Sampradaya, they call Sharanagati as Nikshep Prakash. So there are many names, but names matter. But more than that, what matters is the meaning. Now, what do we mean by Sharanagati? Sharanagati means the day when you accept Krishna, you are mine and I am yours. That day, Sharanagati begins. But what do we mean by this? What do we mean by Krishna, you are mine and I am yours? Or I am yours, you are mine. What do we mean by that? This is a simple English statement, but you have to understand the meaning. This is not something metaphor or poetry. There is deep meaning to it. And one of the acharyas who is stalwart of Sri Sampradaya, who was guru of Ramanujacharya, who wrote Stotra Ratna, on which Bhaktivedanta Thakur has commented, and Mukundamala Stotra, which is there in ISKCON, this book, whose name is Yamunacharya. And he has given the meaning of these two statements. I am yours, Krishna, and you are mine. What does it mean? I am yours means when a devotee tells Krishna, Krishna, I am yours, he means by this statement that Krishna, I am your servant, and that therefore I will serve you with affection and love. That means this is the meaning of I am yours. I am yours does not mean that Krishna, I am yours, so you have to take care of me. That's completely materialistic concept of life. This is material world. I mean to say, welcome to material world. I am yours, so please take care of me. So I am yours, my dear sir, or my dear lover, my dear beloved. So please take me to Disney World, or please buy me clothes. Please take care of me. You're everything to me. This is not material. This is not spiritual word. This is material word. In spiritual word, when devotee says, I am yours, there devotee means, Krishna, I will take care of you. Not that you will take care of me. Because we are a servant. The servant must take care of his master. Of course, Krishna is God. He doesn't need any care. But at the same time, servant knows that the master is all perfect. He doesn't need any care. He is self-satisfied. But at the same time, love makes everything different. Just like a wife. She might be married to a prime minister. She knows prime minister, he can take care of himself. He has all money. I mean to say, he can take care of, he is not only taking care of himself, but he is taking care of entire country. So what should wife think? Well, my dear prime minister, I'm a wife, and you can take care of yourself. That's very nice. So I don't need to do anything for you. You wash your clothes. You get your clothes washed by your people, by your politicians or whatever, and get your food managed or something. You're all powerful. This is not love. So love means that although the other person is all perfect, he's all satisfied, still love demands, pure love, it demands service. A person in love with other person, he wants to serve him. He wants to see that even though that person can do everything, he should not do anything. He should sit nicely, and all the services we will do for him. He should not spend time in doing things. He should spend time in enjoying things. Let him enjoy and we will do. This is spiritual word. Material word is upside down. Let him do and I will enjoy. So that means Ami to Tumar, Tumi to Hamar. This is the first condition. Krishna, Ami to Tumar, I am yours. I am your servant. And therefore I will serve you. I will take care of you. Srila Prabhupada says in Nectar of Devotion that one of the limb of devotion is Sakya. Shravana, Kirtana, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada, Sevanam, all these 9 limbs, one of the limbs is Sakya. And Prabhupada defines Sakya in Nectar of Devotion as that devotee is friend of Krishna, he is well-wisher of Krishna, he takes care of Krishna's desires. That is a devotee. So this means I am yours. This is nice. This is nice to hear. Although it seems something bizarre because we don't generally tend to think like that. So this means that we surrender to God not for ourselves. We surrender to God for God Himself. We surrender to Krishna for Krishna Himself. People surrender to Krishna for getting purified, but that's not our main principal objective. That's not our aim. That's not we want from Krishna when we are approaching Him. That is a byproduct. That's a secondary goal, if at all it is there. We are not surrendering to Krishna for getting pure. That should be kept in mind. Not getting pure means we are not surrendering to Krishna with keeping this point as a primary goal. This is secondary. We want to become pure. Why? Because the primary goal is, Krishna, we want to serve you. We want to fulfill your desires. Even if you don't make us pure, still we will serve you and we will fulfill your desires. We don't care whether we are becoming pure or not. Of course, we want to become pure because we want to serve you. That's another point. Because if you're pure, then you can serve Krishna more better. If you're impure, then your service is impeded. So we are becoming pure also for Krishna, not for ourselves. That is selfishness. We give a damn about ourselves. Sharanagati means we want to become zero, and Krishna is our hero. That we have to keep in mind. A devotee doesn't do anything for himself. Why? Because he knows if he serves Krishna, all his needs and everything will be taken care of automatically. So devotee is intelligent, Bhaktivedanta Thakur writes. He doesn't have to think about himself. He simply has to think about his master and everything will be taken care of. So that means, Ami to Tumar, Krishna, I am yours. So we surrender to Krishna to increase his enjoyment. Oh yeah, so by the way, Prabhupada has written in Srimad Bhagavatam, in 9th canto, 9th chapter, 64th verse, in this Prabhupada writes that, so I'm quoting it, Prabhupada writes that Krishna wants to enjoy, but he requires the cooperation of his devotees. Prabhupada writes, this is quote, again I'm quoting, Prabhupada writes that Krishna wants to increase his devotees unlimitedly. And Krishna Conscious Movement is an attempt to increase the number of pure devotees of Supreme Lord more and more. So, why? Because he does not feel bliss without his devotees. So, therefore, a pure devotee always desires to himself increase the happiness of Lord and also to increase the number of devotees of Lord so that his enjoyment increases. So we want to become devotees of Lord. Why? Why? Because we want to get pure? No, that's not the goal. Because we want to control our mind? No. Because we want peace? No. Because we want happiness, satisfaction? That's not the main thing. Because we want to increase devotees of Lord. We want to increase number of, you can say, employees in company, and that company's name is Krishna Company. And when number of devotees will increase, Krishna will feel so happy. So that is why we want to be with Krishna. We want to be with Krishna not for ourselves, but for Krishna. This point we have to keep in mind. This is the essence of Sharanagati. Because if we surrender to Lord for any selfish purpose, if we make any purpose, selfish purpose as the primary goal of the surrender, then we are very far from Krishna. Although we think we are very near. And so Srila Prabhupada writes, we are surrendering to Krishna for protecting his interest. We are surrendering to Krishna for to reciprocate with his mercy. We are surrendering to Krishna to glorify Lord as Patit Pavan. So when we surrender to Krishna, Krishna will become glorified. Oh, Krishna has accepted the most fallen people. That means us. He has accepted us. And he'll be glorified in the entire world as Patit Pavan. Patit Pavan Tuma Keho Naya Narottam Thakur sings. And we are surrendering to Krishna to relieve him from unhappiness. That might be striking to you, but that's what Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes. That's what so Rupa Goswami also writes in his book Lalit Madhav. Rupa Goswami writes that, oh my Lord, please don't become unhappy. And what is unhappy? And Krishna is always happy. But because he's a person, he is also unhappy. Why? He has some unhappiness in one of the corners of his heart. And what is that unhappiness? That unhappiness is that these people who are there in this material world, they don't have faith in me, full faith. They don't have full faith in my holy names. They have come to me after so many lifetimes, but still they are not putting their whole mind, their body and soul in my service. This distress, this happiness he is having in his heart. So why we are surrendering to Krishna? To relieve him from this unhappiness, to relieve him from this distress. His main distress is concerning us. We are not surrendering to him. When we are not surrendering, and we are not surrendering fully, we are not putting our best efforts, although we can. We are sometimes lazy. We sometimes take things lightly. So we are not strong enough, or we don't want to become strong enough. Or sometimes we are hypocrites. We don't. We compromise with our devotion. So there are many problems, and a devotee and Krishna is unhappy. Krishna is happy because we have come to him. He gives us mercy, but he's also unhappy. So what a devotee wants? Devotee can't see Krishna unhappy. So devotion means giving Krishna happiness, but also means that relieving him from distress, or not doing anything which will give him distress. That's what Rupa Goswami says. So this is called Amita Tumar. And Tumito Amar means Krishna, you are mine. You are mine. So what that means? That doesn't mean that Krishna, you are mine. Oh dear Krishna, come here and I will embrace you and I'll kiss you. So Vrindavan, people will think like that. So I just think like that. Krishna is my baby. Krishna is my Lord. Yeah, he's your Lord. That's okay. But for us at our level, Krishna, you are mine means. So this understanding is not my understanding, but this understanding of Yamunacharya that told you who he was. And he writes, you are mine means that Krishna, a devotee saying, Krishna, you are mine, you are my master, I want to be under your control. This is the meaning given by Yamunacharya, this is the meaning given by Madhvacharya, this is the meaning given by Nimmakacharya. All are unanimous in this understanding. When a devotee says, Krishna, you are mine, the understanding behind this is, Krishna, I want to be under your control. And this is quite dangerous. It might seem dangerous because we don't want to be under control of anybody. We want to do devotion, but in our own style. This is the age of style and freedom, and America means liberty. So, and democracy, India. So this is the age of liberty, freedom, style. So we want to do devotion in our own way. That's the point. We don't want to be under control of Krishna, his devotees, spiritual master. Maybe some control, but not full. So for Prabhupada prayed, "Oh Krishna, please control me as a puppet. Please make me dance." And it's difficult to pray like that, because if you pray like that, just try. Just pray to Krishna. "Krishna, I want to be under control. I'm ready. But then be ready also. You have to be ready. Because when Krishna controls and when you have signed this contract, he is demanding. He will demand. Just like Prabhupada was demanding. Go to China, go to Russia, go to Africa, open centers. Don't worry for food. Just go to England. Prabhupada, he was saying. And he was demanding. And if Prabhupada is demanding, you can imagine how much Krishna is demanding. Krishna demand, isn't it? Krishna said, "Arjuna, fight. Shoot arrows." And who is there? Bhishma. His father, his guru, his beloved. He's everything to him. And for Bhishma, Arjuna is everything. And Krishna says to Arjuna, and not to any other Pandava. He doesn't tell to Yudhishthir or to Drishyam or whoever is it. He chooses Arjuna. Arjuna says, "Krishna, why me? Why me? I am the most beloved for Bhishma. Bhishma loves me, I love him, and I can't even dream of shooting him arrows." Krishna says, "Arjuna, I want that you should shoot." So Krishna is showing us that Krishna demands, and Krishna will demand that thing which you will never like to do. That very thing he will demand, because he wants to see that whether you can leave attachments for him, for fulfilling his desires. Whether you want to really surrender to him, or you want to surrender to your own desires. So that means to me, Tamar, "Krishna, I want to be under your control." This is a good prayer. "Krishna, I want to be under your control. Please control me. Please guide me. I am ready. I will not revolt. And I will not make excuses. I'll do what you say and your devotees say uncompromisingly. I'll keep on doing. Simple. Close my eyes. Do that. Whatever consequences, that's up to you, because I'll follow what you say." This is Tumi Tomar, your mind. So, "Moi je Chaitanya Das ar Nityanand Das bhav samnaye anyatra anand." This is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela 6th chapter. I think 45th verse here. So, this is said by Advaitacharya, that I and Nityan Prabhu are controlled by Lord Chaitanya. We are servants of Lord. So devotee feels happy under control of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna. He feels happy. He feels happy in control. He feels distress in independence. So I mean to say, America is talking about liberty, India is talking about democracy, and we feel happy in all these concepts. But the more you feel happy in freedom, the more you are in trouble. That's the point. That is the whole point. It might seem contrary to what is going on in this world presently, but this is how we approach spiritual plane or spiritual world. So now, first concept is over. Amita Tuma Tumitama. This was main. So I spent some time on this. But the point is, if you disconnect your conference now, and you think, I've understood devotion, and that's it, now I'll practice. And the next time I call you, you will tell me, well, your system doesn't work, because I'm not advancing. Still, I understood. I'm trying to do, but I'm not advancing. Because the point was that this is not the complete package. There's another point you have to keep in mind. There's another concept, core concept, that is Krishna Kam, Krishna Nam, and Krishna Dham. This is the theme in Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj books. His books, he's talking about this concept again and again. This is his concept. Krishna Kam, Krishna Nam, Krishna Dham. Beautiful. If you understand this, you can save yourself from hell lot of problems in ISKCON life. because ISKCON life is very busy and there's so many things. It's very easy to forget your goal. It's easy in all institutions, not in ISKCON. That is the necessary evil side of any institution. So that's next core concept: Krishna Kam, Krishna Nam, Krishna Dham. Now, if you don't hear this, if you simply hear the first concept, Amito Tomar, Tumi Tomar, and you disconnect your conference, then you do not advance. Why? Because you've understood Sharanagati, that's fine, but it's all theory. Krishna, I want to be under your control, and your mind, I'm a servant, I have to serve you. This is all theory. What about practical? What do we have to do in practical? We know what to do, how to do. That's the question. So generally, this is a problem with devotees. They know what to do. I have to surrender to God, we have to chant Hare Krishna. But how? That's the question. And more important than that is why. So what we understand, but what about why? And what about how? So how to serve Krishna, that's their next core concept. These three things: Krishna Kam, Krishna Nam, Krishna Dham. Krishna Kam means simple. Srila Prabhupada, one of his books, Path of Perfection, Prabhupada writes, Krishna Consciousness means activity, as we all know. Lord Rama, he preferred monkeys. He didn't prefer saints who were meditating in the forest and who wanted to have a relationship with Lord Ram as a wife. But Lord Ram said, well, you can't be my wife because in this role, I'm Maryada Purushottam. I have one wife. So for next life, you have to wait. Next life, when I take avatar of Krishna, then you marry me. So the rishis were satisfied. They said. But the point is, those rishis, they were not that advanced because they could have asked Krishna, fine, next life, that's okay. Forget about Gopi and forget about your wife. I want to serve you. That's it. Any capacity in this pastime. They didn't do like that. But what about monkeys? They could meditate. They could understand Vedas. They could do tapasya. They couldn't do fasting. Monkeys cannot. They are very disturbing. The mind is uncontrolled. They're always chattering. They're always jumping here and there. They're not peaceful. They're not satisfied. But they had one aim in life. We want to serve Ram. We want to die for him. We want to love. We want to live for him. This is Krishna Kam. Krishna Kam. We are not talking theory. We don't want to become theoretical boxes. We want to do something for Krishna. That's what Prabhupada always to say. Do something for Krishna. So that is the first thing, Krishna Kam. And then Bhaktivedanta Swami writes Krishna Nam. And also the best thing what we can do is we can chant his names and spread Krishna's names. Simple. That's the best thing. So we chant his names. So Srila Prabhupada writes that Lord Chaitanya, so I'm quoting from Adi Leela, Prabhupada writes in chapter 7, Lord Chaitanya never tried to be the master of holy name. Rather, he taught us how to be servants of holy name. This line is so important. I can't help repeating it. Lord Chaitanya never tried to be the master of the holy name. Rather, he taught us how to be servants of the holy name. Adi Leela Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 7, verse 95. So what that means? That means we are not here to just chant holy names. We are here to serve him. That's important. That's very important. We are here to serve him. So serve him means we want to chant and also we want to spread. We want to spread this holy name around in this entire world. That means Krishna Nam. This is the meaning of Krishna Nam. So we chant his names. And the third thing is Krishna Dham. So Krishna Dham means that Dham means generally Dham means holy place. But here Dham means that that association of devotees, because what we do when we go to any holy place. So Krishna Dham means holy place. What we do when we go to any holy place? When we go to any holy place, we associate with devotees. Otherwise, Bhagavatam says, people who are visiting holy places, but they don't take association of devotees, they're as good as cow, donkeys, and crows. That's all. That's all. Finish. Simple. So we go to Vrindavan, we go to Mayapur, what? To take association of devotees. And wherever there is association of devotees, there is Vrindavan. It's vice versa also. So Prabhupada says, Prabhupada has written a letter to Governing Body Commission. This is, I think, So this is, he writes from Nellore in South India. And this is 1976 letter. This is like right in the end of ISKCON movement, when ISKCON is mature. So mature means it has spread all around the world. Of course, devotees were not mature, but it spread all around the world. And Prabhupada is about to leave this planet. And he writes, you can note this, the problem is that not all devotees are carefully studying my books, the books. The result being a fall down or at least unsteadiness. This is called Krishna Dham. Krishna Dham means assisting with devotees and reading books as much as we can. Everybody's capacity is not same, but as much as we can. So these three things we have to keep in mind. These three practical things we have to do. That was theory. This is practical. So Krishna Kam, we have to do something for Krishna. Krishna Nam, we have to chant his names, and Krishna Dham, we have to study books of Prabhupada. But the most important point is not these three things. The most important point is balancing them. If you understand balance, you understand everything. So balance, we have to balance. We have to balance in chanting Krishna Nam, Krishna Kam, service, and Krishna Dham, and our own study. Generally, we forget this. We are not able to balance things. Sometimes we are chanting more. We are reading less. Sometimes we are doing service more. Chanting is compromised. It all becomes hodgepodge. So please try to balance these three things. Write this on a wall. Try to balance daily. It's a good chanting, good amount of service, good amount of reading. That is Prabhupada's program. We follow it nicely, properly. We can perfect the life. People who simply chant the holy names and who don't read books and who don't serve Krishna, they become theoretical boxes. They don't advance. Prabhupada says, if you're chanting Hare Krishna, if you're so advanced, then chant Hare Krishna 24 hours. But you'll sleep. So, if you're actually chanting Hare Krishna, Prabhupada says, you must be enthusiastic to serve Krishna more and more. If you're not, then it means you're not chanting. Simple. Some people simply serve Krishna. They're not interested so much in chanting, more of service. What happens to them? They ultimately fall down because their whole activity becomes materialistic. Because without chanting, any service becomes materialistic. Because chanting is the backbone of devotion. Prabhupada says in one of his lectures in Melbourne, he says, we have got so many books, but simply we make arrangement for selling, not for understanding, please note, then it will be simply materialistic. Both things must go on. It's not that we don't sell books. We distribute books. That's the most important program of Prabhupada. But equally important is we also have to read those books. So we have to balance in all of them, chanting, reading, and also doing service. So this is the second core concept. Now, if you disconnect your conference now, and if you come next time to me and you say, things are not working, I'm not advancing, why? Because, well, you didn't hear the third concept. Third concept is Tat Sukitva Sukitvam. If you're doing everything for Krishna, chanting, reading, and everything, we have to keep in mind, one thing we have to keep in mind, we often forget when we chant and we read books and we do service, for whom we are doing. We are doing for Krishna. We are doing to please Him. This is the concept which you'll find in Jiva Goswami's books, and this is Tat Sukha Sukitvam. This Prabhupada mentions in Narad Bhakti Sutra. If you read that book, Tat Sukha Sukitvam. That means Krishna, a devotee feels happiness in the happiness of Lord. He does everything for the pleasure of Lord. You have to keep this attitude in mind. Before chanting, before taking up my beads, keep this point in mind. Krishna, I am doing this for your pleasure. And after chanting, offer your rounds to Krishna. Krishna, I offer all my rounds to you for your pleasure. So often we forget. Our service, our chanting becomes mechanical. And that's what Jiva Goswami says. It often happens. He notes this point in his book, Bhakti Sandarbha, and he calls this as paricharya. The technical term is paricharya, which means mechanical. Things become mechanical. So we have to keep it living life. We have to give life to it. By how? We have to remember for whose pleasure we are doing. So for example, we are chanting. We are chanting the holy names for pleasure of Krishna, for pleasure of Lord Chaitanya. We are chanting 16 rounds for the pleasure of Prabhupada, because he has made the system of 16 rounds. So we should know what activity we are doing for whom, for whose pleasure. That's very important, and then we advance. So this is Tat Sukha Sukhitvam. And then the next is, if you disconnect your call now, still nothing much happens, because you have to remember one more thing. If you disconnect your call now and if you practice, one thing will happen, we will become egoistic. We are serving Krishna. We are doing something for his pleasure. Yes, I am a devotee. And this happens. So the next point is, you have to remember Kritarth. The fourth core concept is Kritartha. Kritarth is Sanskrit word. It comes in Bengali. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 9th chapter, 80th verse. When Mahaprabhu goes to see Ranganath, he says, Kaveri te snan kari dekhi Ranganath, stuti pranati kari manila Kritarth. When Mahaprabhu used to have darshan of Lord, he used to chant. He used to think, oh my Lord, I have become Kritarth. Kritarth means, anybody who knows Hindi or Sanskrit, he understands. Kritarth means, I'm obliged to you. So we have to keep this mind, that Krishna is giving an opportunity to serve him. It's not that we are serving by our own efforts only. We are putting efforts, we are serving him, but the opportunity is given by him. Opportunity to take his name, opportunity to serve him, opportunity to read his books, opportunity to think that we have to give him pleasure. That's the most important thing. This means Kritarth. Whatever efforts we do for Krishna, we have to keep in mind that we are obliged to him for whatever opportunity he has given us. We are obliged to him. So this means Kritartha. This is the fourth core concept. But if you disconnect your call now, then still things don't happen much, because in next core concept is Trinath api. The next core concept after Kritartha is Trinath api Sunichena. And this Trinath api Sunichena means, everybody knows, humble. So we are obliged to Krishna, but at the same time, you know what happens? Krishna, I am obliged to you. You have given opportunity to serve me. You have given opportunity to serve me because I am special. You are not given opportunity to serve A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, X, Y, Z to me. Oh my God, I am so special to me. So in that we can become egoistic again. So Mahaprabhu says the fifth concept, Trinadapi Sunichana, be humble. And what humbleness means? Humbleness means that we are zero and Krishna is our hero. Write this in your heart, in your mind, on your wall, on a bead bag. We are zero, Krishna is our hero. We are nothing. But what that means, we are nothing. Oh, I am nothing. Krishna, I am nothing. So let's go and enjoy. But I am nothing, actually. So I am nothing means, Krishna, I am not worth giving enjoyment. Enjoyment is not for me. All enjoyment is for you. My senses are not worth giving enjoyment because I'm nothing. I'm useless. And useless people are not allowed to enjoy. Enjoyment is for people who are important in our life, who are important, who are aristocrats, who are hero, who are bureaucrats, who is powerful. And that's Krishna. Krishna is the object of enjoyment. Krishna is a Sikshekar. He is an enjoyer. That is the meaning of humbleness. Humbleness also means Prabhuji, Dandavat. That is also humbleness, but that is external. But there is something internal humbleness. This also Jiva Goswami explains in Bhakti Sandarbha. External humbleness, internal humbleness. Bahir and antarang. So external is good. That's vyavhar. That's part of etiquette. But internal humbleness is also important. In fact, it's more important. Inside our heart, we have to remember, we have to leave sense enjoyment. And that means humbleness. That means humbleness. So that means not being egoistic. Egoistic. People who enjoy this material world, but simply they are having external humbleness, Prabhuji, Danvat and all this, but still they're trying to enjoy this material world, then they're not humble. They're not internally humble. And people who are externally humble but not internally humble, they are hypocrites in one line. So okay, fine. So last time I'll finish. So a few things more. So this is the fifth concept, and if you disconnect your call now, still the things don't work much because the next core concept is Tuchikritam. The next core concept is Tuchikritam. Tuchikritam. This concept, if you read Acharya's books, especially Vishwa Chakravarti Thakur books, and so before Bhaktivinoda Thakur, this concept is coming time and again. Tuchikritam. Tuchikritam means that everything is useless. So okay, fine. We understood theory, how to surrender to Krishna. Amito Tamar Tumi Tamar. We understood practical, to do something for Krishna. We understood whatever we do, we have to do with mentality to please Him. We understood we have to become obliged to Him. We understood be humble, don't become egoistic, leave sense gratification. But simultaneously, we have to also understand with this material world is absolutely useless. Because still now we are just focusing on the positive aspect, but not on the negative aspect. The negative aspect is that material world is useless. Both things must go on. We have to discover about Krishna, and also we have to discuss about importance of Krishna, His devotion, His devotees. We also have to discuss about uselessness of this material world, the worthlessness of this material world, and that is Prabhupada is speaking all over his books again and again. So this is called Tuchikritam. And the seventh concept is Drigdrishya Vichar. Now, if you disconnect your conference now, still things don't work because the seventh concept you have to understand is, see, the first point is, you might think I'm talking so many things, but it's not so many things because there's just 8 things you have to keep in your mind, you have to practice it, and when it becomes very easy. It becomes very easy when you practice, and it becomes very blissful. So the seventh thing is Drigdrishya Vichar. Drigdrishya Vichar means you also have to remember that I am doing everything. Material world is useless, Krishna is important, Krishna is hero, I am zero, Krishna has to do something for Krishna, Krishna is mine, I am Krishna's, everything. But you have to see everything from Krishna's eyes, not your eyes. This is called Drigdrishya Vichar, seventh core concept. Drig means seen, and Drishya means seen, Drig means seer. In present context, we are thinking, I am the seer, Krishna is the seen. But we have to reverse this. Bhakti Siddhanta, again and again, this is a concept from Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Bhakti Vikasa Maharaj, he has also written a book, Bhakti Siddhanta Vaibhav. There's a full chapter devoted to it in 3rd volume. And he writes that Krishna is a seer and we are seen. We are seen. Krishna is seeing us. We have to remember it. Whatever we were doing till now, we are seeing from our perspective. We are seeing from our perspective. I have to be humble. The material world is useless. We have to become obliged. We have to see from Krishna's perspective. How Krishna is perceiving all these things. And that is called Krishna Consciousness. Krishna Consciousness means to be conscious of Krishna. Krishna Consciousness also means that how Krishna is conscious about us. This is the meaning also given by Rupa Goswami. And the 8th concept is Achintya. Achintya. This means inconceivable. This is the concept of Mahaprabhu all over. So this is the last concept we have to keep in mind, that, okay, fine, we are seeing from Krishna's perspective, but then who is Krishna? So often we keep on doing things, but we don't try to know more about Krishna. That we have to understand. The point is, the person who we are serving, we also have to know about him more. So the most important thing to know about Krishna is having so many pastimes, so many names, so many forms. But we have to first understand he's Achintya. That's why Mahaprabhu gave the name of philosophy, Achintya Veda Vetat. Now, Achintya doesn't mean that we cannot conceive anything about him. Achintya means inconceivable, but inconceivable doesn't mean that we cannot conceive anything about him. That is a Mayavadi concept. God is inconceivable. Why? Because he's light. No, we can conceive. He's having qualities. He's having name. That is a conception. So then why we say God is Achinte? Because he is having contradictory qualities. This is Rupa Goswami is raising this point in Nectar of Devotion. He is having Viruddha Dharma Ashraya. He is having all contradictory qualities. He sees and doesn't see. He walks, he doesn't walk. He is Brahmachari. At the same time, he is Kamachari. He is enjoying with gopis. How is it? It's nice, no? He is self-satisfied, but at the same time he is dependent on his devotees. He is dependent on Yashodama, Nand Baba, gopis to enjoy. These are all contradictory things. He is formless, he is having form. So this is called Achinte. When we understand this particular aspect of God, of Krishna, then we advance. If we miss this point, if we keep on discussing about his pastimes, his qualities, he's so nice, he's Lalit, he's Dhira Lalit, he's Dhira Prashant, what Prabhupada writes in Nectar of Devotion, he's Dhirodhat, he's Dhirodhat, so many qualities of Krishna. His flute is like this, we can go on. But base is Achintya. So the Madhva says this, Ramanacharya says this, Nimad says this. We have to understand, Vallabhacharya says this, Krishna is having contradictory qualities. We can conceive, we can think about God, but we cannot comprehend him. That's the meaning of Achintya. We cannot comprehend him fully. That is why he's inconceivable. And when these 8 core concepts will simultaneously ring, will simultaneously make a music, will simultaneously vibrate as an instrument, as chords, then the music of love of God will appear in your life, in your mind, in your soul. Then you will relish that taste, that love, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us. It might seem a lot to you, 8 core concepts, so many things to do, but actually it's not so many things. It just needs some contemplation on these 8 points. It just needs some focus. Keep these points in your mind when you're reading books. Try to categorize these books, the chapters, the verses, the shlokas, the sentences in these 4 categories, and then as you read, you will imbibe these points and rest assured that we will advance in devotion, because these are the concepts given by Acharyas, and we will advance and we will achieve love of God. We will perfect our lives, and that's how we can benefit ourselves, benefit others. We can all be happy. So Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for listening. Is there any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Pranam. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. Now, in the forum, I will unmute everybody for question answer sessions. Please give me a minute, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. So everybody is unmuted. If there are any questions or comments, they may please ask now. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Yes. Hare Krishna. My name is Linda. I have a question.
Yeah, you can ask a question. Yeah.
Okay. I'm new to. I'm from the background. I'm a Hispanic, Catholic, and Christian, but I've been drawn to the temple here in Houston. There's a new temple, and it's close into my area, and I've been drawn there. So I've been going, and people are trying to help me, and I go sometimes to spend the day, but I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I was given a book at a grocery store, and I was touched the fact that it was given to me. I didn't buy it, and it was explaining how to chant. I don't think I'm going with the questions you discussed, but I hope it's okay. And so she gave me this book about chanting, so I began to chant, and then I began to go to the temple, and I began to just feel the peace and the love, and but I'm kind of, there was a lady who, Hispanic, who was going to help me, but I'm not, my language is not in Spanish, my language is in English. I've been here all my life, but I didn't want to be rude, but I don't know what I'm doing, but when I go, I get very much peace, and I enjoyed I've been enjoying listening. I've been listening for a little, but I don't share, but anyway, I don't know what I'm saying, but I guess I am reading it.
No, so what's the question? What's the question?
Okay, the question is, how do I comprehend Krishna better for me as an American?
Yeah, so this is a very nice question. I mean to say, so you're going to temple, you're chanting, and you're getting peace and happiness, and it's nice. You can please continue that. So whatever I discussed today, that is some deep philosophy and understanding. So what you'll find in Prabhupada books. So I can request you can please read books of Srila Prabhupada, and slowly you will understand these concepts. And as you understand these concepts, you will feel nice, and you will feel more convinced, and you will understand what you're doing. So it happens with everybody initially. It's not a new thing. It happened with me. It happens with everybody. Initially, we don't understand, but if you continue reading books, things become clear, and then you'll be more happy, and you will attain Krishna.
Okay, thank you. And the name of the book again, one more time.
Yeah. So when you go to this temple, so you please ask Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada has written a book. He's written a book, Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita as it is. Are you aware of this book, Bhagavad Gita as it is?
Very good. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
So any other questions? Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I just wanted to thank you very much for your great nectarian class. Whatever you have spoke to us, it is indeed a very nice systematic way. You have pulled out one after another item, and I really appreciate that. Actually, it's like soothing, and you're guiding us to see our own faults and trying to help us to advance. That is very wonderful. I really appreciate your class today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you very much.
But if you have a chance, maybe if there is a way you can elaborate on kind of, later items, a little bit more. I mean, I know that today you do not have a time, that if you could elaborate later on sometime on later parts. I mean, I think beginning parts everybody can understand it, but few later parts, if you could elaborate nicely, it would be better for everybody.
Yeah, maybe now or afterwards. I mean to say now. I can just so I can just mention the last few points just quickly.
So what I'm saying is, like today, there is a limitation on class because the next conference starts, so that's why we cannot really do much of it.
Yeah, fine. Yeah. So I'll be happy to do that because actually I've summarized all these things, but one core concept will take its own class, So later we can do all these things. Yeah, I can keep this point in mind, and then I can serve you later like that. That will be nice.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very, very wonderful class, and you kind of summarized 3 generations of acharyas, what they are telling, what Srila Prabhupada's books are teaching, and it's a very wholesome idea of devotion and bhakti yoga. Prabhuji, can you just repeat those 8 points again with your Sanskrit and
English with that? Yeah. So this is a good question. Yeah. So I'm repeating these 8 points. People can keep this in mind. So first is Ame to Tumar, Tumi to Amar, and the English for this is Krishna, I am yours and you are mine. Ame to Tumar, Tumi to Amar. Krishna, I am yours and you are mine. And the next is Krishna Kam, Krishna Nam, and Krishna Dham. And this means holy name of Krishna. Krishna Kam means service of Krishna. Krishna Nam means holy name. And Krishna Dham means association of devotees. So this is the next core concept. so balance between chanting, reading, and service. Next core concept. Third core concept in Sanskrit is Tat Sukha Sukhitvam. Tat Sukha Sukhitvam, which means giving, finding happiness in the happiness of Lord, or giving pleasure to the Lord, or when you are performing services, you have to keep in mind for whose pleasure we are doing this service. This is third core concept. Fourth core concept is Kritarth. Kritarth in Sanskrit. English means so keeping in mind that I'm obliged to God. I am also so I'm also indebted to Lord. Kritarth also means in English indebted. And the fifth core concept is Trinadapi Sunichena, that everybody knows, humbler than the blade of grass. So Trinadapi Sunichena means so in English it means humbleness, and humbleness is equating to giving up sense enjoyment. And the sixth core concept is in Sanskrit it's called Tuchikritam. Tuchikritam means that this material world is worthless and useless. We have to also understand this. And the sixth and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So seventh is Drik Drishya Vichar. Drik Drishya Vichar means Krishna is a seer and we are to be the seen. We are not the seer and Krishna is not the seer. Krishna is seer, we are to be seen. We have to look in devotion from the perspective of Krishna. And the eighth is Achintya. Achintya means inconceivable. So inconceivable also means so it also means that we cannot comprehend Krishna. That is the meaning of inconceivable. So these 8 points are there, and this is the English for this. Is it okay?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I understand that each of these 8 is like an ocean, and you were explaining very nicely. So we request you to come again, Prabhuji, to take 1 or 2 points every class and elaborate on them more. Yeah. If you desire, and if things go on, if Praveen Govind Prabhu wants this to do, it will be done. It will be good. It will be nice. I'll also happy to talk to you all.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. I would like to announce that Prabhuji will be in Charlotte on October 2, 3, and 4. So you will have a lot of association, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Oh, yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is good. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So, yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you very much for bringing out a drop of ocean, but it appears to us, to me, like ocean. Could you repeat number 5, 6, and 7?
5, 6, and 7?
7, yeah, I couldn't get the Sanskrit for the 7. 5 and 6,
fine. So fifth one is 2, 3, 4. So fifth one is Trinadapi Sunichena, that you all know.
Okay.
And then
6.
And then sixth one is the Sanskrit for sixth one is Tuchikritam. Tuchikritam is worthlessness.
Could you repeat? I couldn't hear.
Tuchikritam. So yeah, I will repeat slowly. So sixth one is Tuchikritam. Tuch in Hindi it is called Tuch, useless. Tuchikritam.
Okay.
And and the seventh one is Krishna Vichar.
Krishna Vichari?
Drig Drishya Vichar.
Okay, Drig Drishya Vichar.
Yeah. So Drig means seen, Drig means seer, Drishya means seen, Vichar means thought. This is the seventh one. Drig Drishya Vichar.
Yes, Prabhuji. We so much inspired, and just you put us in the spot that where we are and how far we have to go. It's a very, very wonderful.
Yeah.
It reminds me. It reminds me of a couple of things as we move in Krishna consciousness with the right self-analysis. I always ask this question to myself because your class inspired me so much. Question everybody asks, that I love Krishna because I like him, or I like Krishna because I love him.
Yeah.
That question always is to be kept in forefront, and it just puts one in a proper perspective. Our attitude and our humility, everything just will sprout from that, hopefully, because the humility principle eludes me constantly on a daily basis, and I struggle so much with this humility, because it is the attitude, not by the effort that one can. Because if one tries to become humble by effort, then even that very effort will put me in the center. But the attitude of serving others and seeing Krishna's glory, and devotees' glory, Vaishnava's glory all the time, that will put me away from the center. So it's a humility, it's a constant struggle. Thank you for bringing out this amazing point. And just for the rejoicement of devotees, for the pleasure of devotees, I want to share one little, it's a humorous thing, if you wouldn't mind. You know, you already may be all knowing, but I came across one reading. In that, what makes it 100% in life, you know? And people may ask, replies of wealth or love or many things. But if this attitude which is spoken, if one adds like attitude, A equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to 3, 4 equal to D, like that, B equal to 4, 1 to 26, and if you add up this attitude, it comes to 100%. So definitely the attitude is most important, and but our aspiration for love of God even takes us beyond. But attitude is definitely the thing. And
No, actually, Srila Prabhupada writes in the preface for Nectar of Devotion that attitude is the key to success. So attitude is a main point in devotion. Attitudes, and my whole talk was about attitude. And if we understand this, then attitude. If we keep this attitude, then we'll advance in devotion. Attitude is everything. Prabhupada writes in Nectar of Devotion. So so the point you are speaking, that point is good. Prabhupada writes that.
Yeah, because probably in theory we read and study many things we hear, we become very inspired. But when it comes to practice, what eludes me is the fact that the very effort to attain that thing, it puts me in the center. Rather, when the attitude is proper, then I become free from the very thinking of me. Like one great thinker. What one great thinker had said, I remind myself of every day of this thing, and still the struggle continues. Hopefully, by the blessings of Vaishnavas and Guru Maharaj and Krishna, that one day I will realize the effect of this. He said that humility is not to think less of oneself, but to think of oneself less. You know, in theory, it's a very, very great statement, but how to think of oneself less, it eludes unless the proper attitude is developed. You know, and that is the struggle, that is the purpose of a devotional practice, and devotees coming there just to revive our attitude, make us think.
So, Hare Krishna. So it is almost 8:37, so we are beyond our time. So thank you so much, Keshav Anand Prabhu, for giving us your time and enlightening us with wonderful points about advancing in spiritual life. And we hope we can get you more on the call, and you are also visiting with us. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. We'll end the call.
Yeah, thank you also. So thank you also to all of you for